Good morning from Whanganui, Aotearoa. This is the Quaker Settlement, House C. C for Cyan. Cyan's house. It is the 21st of June and is it Solstice? I think that's what it is. It's the shortest day of the year. And I've only got a few days left here and I'm finally getting around to walking around and showing you the settlement. So these are the back of the communal buildings. This one here is a rental one. Then we've got House C for Cyan, House B, which is for Earlham College. So it's a Quaker college in the United States, and they come here for an exchange a semester a year. And the houses are all built around a central courtyard area. Very frosty today. So we were at House C for Cyan, D, E, F, G. That was the common area, and the little kind of green common space. A lot of the children play there and play with their kites. We flew kites there. And we came through the driveway from another day, and you saw House A. There's another row that comes alongside the road here, and that's where the dog park is there. So this is the annex between the main building, the office, and this is the outside of the sleeping quarters. There are bathrooms with showers, and there's a large bunk room which is accessed through here, and also on the other side of this corner there are some smaller bunk rooms. So when there are people visiting, or if there are conferences or seminars which the settlement regularly hosts, there are rooms available for people to rent. It's very simple but comfortable. This is the bell that is rung when there's shared meals or to get people to gather to the common room. Most Saturday or Friday nights there is a shared meal and people just bring a plate, and we have it here in the dining room here, and that's the pulley for the bell. It goes across there. So these buildings were designed by architect Michael Payne. He is one of the original settlers and still lives here with his wife Marilyn, and it's really thoughtful design to catch the sunlight, catch the heat, and it was quite ahead of its time in terms of sustainability. Most of the buildings, the original houses, were erected in the 70s. Unsure whether it was 1975 or 76, but that's when it was built. So in here we have the dining room. This is also available for people to hire out for private functions or seminars. There's a piano, there's the coffee and tea bar. When we have our work mornings or activities, we often, if we don't go to someone's home, then we'll come here. It's locked at the moment, but there's also the notice board here with some of the information about the settlement and the architectural significance of it. And Michael actually won a couple of awards, including an Enduring Architecture Award, meaning that his design still stands up today, which is pretty cool. This is the commercial kitchen with the many sinks, and there is a system of how to do the dishes and how to compost, and and everyone takes turns with being on duty each week, and they're responsible for doing the dessert for the shared meal on a weekly basis.
But she always goes really early. She's 5 minutes out from the time the other one, the actual one closed. Oh, it's a good fire. Yeah.
So one of the significant things in the design of the settlement was that parking isn't in front of the homes, it's in a central courtyard area. There are green areas that are additional parking for visitors, but because they don't live here permanently, it's not necessary to, put some concrete down just for the sake of visitor parking. So a lot of green spaces kept green. In here is the woodworking shop, where projects can be done, residents can do if they got the skills. There's also a little art studio at the end here. And this is another area of homes, but I'll come back to that. So there's the art room there. And another of the carports. And just behind here, this block is a block of flats. They range from like a studio to, I think there's a 2-bedroom one there, so that's for temporary accommodation. And behind there, if we peek through the fence, it's the pool. But as I said, it's solstice in the middle of winter, so it's empty, of course. Now, if you've gone to a Quaker meeting before, you would have a meeting for worship, you would have remembered the quiet room, or the rooms which are generally in a circle or octagon for meditation, morning meditation. So this is the quiet room, and this one's always open for people to come and reflect. There's no shoes, no food or drink allowed. And listen how quiet it is, and we're not even in the quiet room. There's storage for other chairs and overflow. There's a little tea and coffee station in there, and a couple of wharepaku just there as well. And that's the other side of where I peeked in and pointed out the main common room. So let's have a look at the Quaker quiet room. It's a beautiful room. Shoes off, gumboots off. Some notices here. That's an aerial picture of the settlement. And these are some of the seminars that happen throughout the year. So the most recent one was last weekend, a men's weekend. Ones that are usually open to the public are the work weekends. There's autumn and winter work weekend, and a lot of Quakers may travel from across the country to come and participate in that. There's an image of how people use the quiet room in a meeting. And let's have a look. So this is the quiet room. And it's beautifully designed with the 8 walls, all of them containing windows to look out and enjoy nature. The table to reflect the shape of the room, and above, the skylight. The floors have underfloor heating, so it's actually really comfortable in here when the heating's on. And you would come in, sit down for a meaningful worship. And it's a bit of quiet reflection. There's always a little bit of nature to look at. You can look at the sky there and admire the winter sun coming through. Or look out a window, or just look within. And that's one of the tenets of, or the principles of Quakerism, to find meaning in the silence and sit in the silence to get your answers. So that is the quiet room. Back to my gumboots, and we'll see more of the settlement. One of the lovely things is that there's so much bird life here, and even kind of the more protected species like Kererū, and you'll see tui and fantail. Oh look, there's a tui up there. It's really common to see them and hear their bird song. More homes wrap around the perimeter, and then there's also some sheep that board here. That's one of Sion's favourite things, is to come and find the sheep. There's a really big sheep, male sheep called Tama, and he'll yell out his name. This is one of the family homes here. Family with children lives there. They've got their own little chooks that, you know, roam about. Oh look, there's one hiding in the Fijawa tree. Oh. It'll be the last of the Fijawas on the ground there. We'll leave it for them. What a frosty morning. So in autumn or late summer, it's so abundant walking around here. There's Fijawas and there's so many apple trees. At the moment it's just the citrus still going, so there's some mandarins, plenty of lemons, and grapefruit around. Oh, there's the ice frost. And no sheep to be seen today, but usually they'd run up here if they heard us, and they expect some apples. And that's the chook house. The hen house. They got quite a good run. Hi ladies. And they've got that back section as well. Hello. Anyone in here? Oh, sorry, I'll give you your privacy. Nobody else? Okay, I'll leave you to it, miss. I'll just check if they've got some food. We're fine. They got some kai, and the people who are responsible for them will come in later in the morning and check on them. So we're at the back of the row of houses that's furthest from the street. At that end is a driveway which is shared with the neighbouring hospice and retirement villages, which are up here on St John Hill. Or Otamatea is the name of the suburb. So House C, Sion's house, is on the end there. Everyone's got their own kind of individual backyard spaces where they can grow things, but there's also communal spaces, communal food gardens. So let's have a look at one of them, which Shiloh cleared out recently. It was a lot of work. Gee, look at this frost, it's so crunchy. So this was all cleared out. He chopped it all back and laid some cardboard for paths. And just to control some of those weeds. And these are all apple trees. There's still a few vines in. There's some daffodils starting to come out. They're pretty. And the odd silver beet, etc. Oh look, there's one of the last of the apples, I think. Oh no, that's a grapefruit. Yeah, as I said, the citrus is still going. Ah, look at the spider web. Pretty. Ah, pumpkin. Now, so like I said, this was the back border, which is the driveway, which borders with hospice, so it's a side actually. And if you follow that path up the hill and you go over a couple of hills, there's something called the Peace Garden. And there's a lot of natives being planted in there. It's just a nice place for reflection. Further behind that is a camp area, the Earlham camp area. I think it must have been cleared and set up by the students from Earlham College from the States. There's also a viewing platform. I don't know if I can be bothered walking all the way out here. I've got laundry to do, but I will get there at some point. And this garden here is the one that Lisa's done some planting in. The beans are just surviving the frost. This is one of the many composting spots in the settlement. Put our scraps there and green waste there. And then with so many houses, most of them, or many of them, run on wood stove for winter, so people get their own firewood. But for the common areas or the areas that are rented out to visitors, you can get some firewood from here, and whenever a tree is cut or cleared, that contributes to this firewood pile. Yeah. That's the back of House C there. Well, while we're here, we might as well go walk up towards the Garden of Peace, right? A little bit muddy going today. This is the Garden of Peace. And the view looking down on the back row of the houses of the settlement. So you can go through this little pedestrian gate. And you'll see lots of kawakawa here. Medicinal plant. The more holes, the more potent it is. Because if the bugs like it, then it's really good medicine. So there's a pond back here. Where the settlers or the resident friends out here have been working really hard to tidy up and get all the reeds out from around it. There are spaces throughout where you can sit and do some quiet reflection. There's no shortage of places to sit in quiet reflection here. So cardboard and other things is saved to lay down and stop weeds and things coming up. Here's the pond. There's a little swing around here somewhere. Oh, there was a swing. Oh, I think it's been taken down for winter. But the big project recently has been putting that plastic around the edge and trying to get some of this under control. But it's amazing what they've done over the last 40, 50 years here. And intentionally trying to keep a space that's close to nature and with principles of permaculture and sustainability. If we go down here, you'll see another of the back paddocks, which go up over the hills until it borders on the neighbouring farmland. Ah, there's Tama and his friends. There's the sheep. Oh, and I just see a rabbit running away over there. There are a lot of traps to try and catch pests. This is trying to keep it native, keep the bird life flourishing, and catch pests like rabbits and possums and rats and stoats, that sort of thing. Hello, sheepies. Zoom in and see them. So this is called Peace Valley. Peace Valley. And it is a very peaceful place, isn't it? If we continue up that ridge, you can zigzag up, and there's a viewing platform also in the shape of an octagon, like the quiet room. It's just a platform where you can sit up there and stargaze, and we actually went up there for the night of when the aurora was really bright and seen from the naked eye from here, so it was a beautiful view. But yeah, this is Peace Valley. Tui track is that way. There's lots of these little goat tracks heading up and down. The residents are actually really fit. They have to be coming back here and planting and climbing, and even in their older age, some of them are in their 70s and 80s and they're out here doing the mahi. So man, if we could all be as healthy and happy and mobile, that's goals, eh? Now, it seems like someone is always mowing or doing like yard work. Oh, look, there's a rabbit hole, eh? Someone's been digging. But hey, that's neighbours, eh? So yeah, this is just one part of the Peace Garden. Not so peaceful when your neighbours get the machinery out, but hey, it's like 9:30 on a Friday morning. They're allowed to. This is another path that if you keep climbing, it'll get to the back farmland. Actually, I'm not too far away. I might be able to show you. Okay, I have to puff my way up that little hill. And now we are approaching another track. This one is the Earlham track. Again, named for, I'm guessing it's named for the students who come here every year on their exchange. Actually, this is not as far as it goes. It goes further than this. I haven't explored every track. This is the part, the North Ridge track. This is the really steep one. And down here is another water source, a dam. Well, let's try and climb this and not slip in the frost and gumboots. Ooh. Some neighbours. Okay, I've made it to the top of that steep track, and this is where the back of the settlement backs onto neighbouring farmland. So there is suburbia on either side, but the back is still farmland. Rolling hills. I was told that one of our neighbours, who's a man in his 80s I believe, would walk up here every day until recently, or walked up here regularly, jumped the fence and took cow poo for the gardens and then lug it back down with a bucket. So it just goes to show the kind of people that live here and what they enjoy doing. And in that direction over there is the ocean. If we peek through these trees, you might actually see it. That blue line there is the ocean. Okay, I don't think we're too far from the platform now. Maybe I can find it and show you. Okay. Yeah, that's an alright view, eh? So not long after I arrived, a long-term resident actually was leaving. Her name was Anna and she's from Germany, lived here for, I want to say like 35 years, and she returned to Germany and she would walk every day, walk the boundary barefoot. So I imagine her walking on this coldest morning, the shortest of the year, in the frost. But my gumboots already have my toes pretty numb. Okay, not long till we get to the platform. Further in the distance you can see farmland more to the east. If it's clear enough, we might actually be able to see Mount Ruapehu on one side and Taranaki in the opposite. We'll see. I gotta be careful here, it's slippery. My shadow is waving. Hello. So here we are entering the forest. You can hear the bird song. I can hear a kiddo somewhere. Can you spot it? They're really big and heavy. Not hard to spot. Giant pigeon. Oh, there was one. They're really common here, and it used to be like a real surprise to see them. Like a pleasant surprise. But I guess that's what happens when you intentionally pursue planting natives and regenerating native forests so that the native birds can have a safe and happy environment when so much of it is shrinking. Not sure what all these trees are doing here. Might just move some so that there's a path for the next person who comes through. They can walk around it a bit easier. Forest track. Where's the kiddo? Very distinctive sound when it flies. When it lands on a branch, it's so heavy. No wonder they were eating big, fat, juicy pigeons. Another gate. We can't get that over. No, good enough. And this is the forest walk of the gum trees. Again, it's quite hilly at this large back section of the settlement. I think we're coming around to the back of where those sheep were. Let's see if I'm right and not completely disoriented. Aha, I was right. Hi, Tama. Hi, sheepies. That's Peace Valley. That's me being a bit out of breath from climbing up that hill. So as you can see, suburbia encroaches on both sides, but not to the rear. And hopefully it continues to stay a sort of sanctuary as cities sprawl. Okay, we're getting there. I think this is the way up to the viewing platform. And it should be a beautiful view today. All right, made it to the top. Over there, the horizon, see the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and then we can approach the viewing platform. Is it 8? Yeah, it's an octagon. Ah, speaking of kididoo, there's the kididoo. Big fat wood pigeons. So they're protected native bird to Aotearoa. But yes, this is the octagonal platform, which mirrors the quiet room's shape. Bye-bye, birdie. Over in the distance, you can see a water tower. And then if we pan around here, I might just stand on here, let's see how slippery it is. It's a little bit frosty. The ocean. This is where we saw the aurora. It was so cool. I had a brilliant view of it. And down there you can just see the peaks of the houses, the angular roofs of the settlement houses down there. And the ocean. So it really is like a little sanctuary up the hill in Whanganui. And I've been really grateful for my time here these last few months. And I look forward to coming back and visiting my family who now lives here. Oh yes, see the roof with the solar panels. That is the common room with the bunk rooms underneath, and that a lot of that solar power, a lot of that solar panel powers the common area. But it's not off grid or anything. Everything's on mains electricity. Everyone's got internet and water supply, but the water in this town isn't very good. It's very heavy, like you need to have water softeners And it kind of stains everything because there must be some kind of chemicals, or not chemicals, minerals in it. Yeah. So we go to a farm just out of town where they've got a free tap connected to their bore, and people just pull up and fill up their water containers there, and for their drinking water, just to get rid of some of that taste. And it's not like Australian bore water where it tastes really sulfury. It's a little bit different. Oh yeah, no wonder we saw the keradoos. This is Kereroo Knoll. Okay, we'll walk down and I'll show you the food forest. So this is Peace Valley. I'll walk through and say hi to the sheep on my way. Just gotta be careful for rabbit holes around here. Hi sheepies. They're all really friendly. You just gotta watch out for Tama, the big boy. Sometimes he doesn't know his strength. He'll knock you over. Bye ladies. And these are good walnut trees actually. We picked up a lot in autumn. There's also macadamia, hazelnuts, there's chestnuts. I think these are olive trees. I believe there's a partnership with for fundraising with Palestine. There's a relationship that Marilyn and Michael and some of the older Quakers have continued through their work, humanitarian work. And I believe that they would make seedlings and sell them. I could be wrong, but I think that's what they did, and it sponsored children in Palestine, Gaza and the West Bank. Alright, another paddock and another hill. See you on the other side. Made it up the hill. There's more sheep, so maybe Tama's there. Settlement houses. Suburbia on this edge. And in the distance, the Maunga Ruapehu. Can't really tell, but it's snow-peaked, snow-capped. Hello, sheepy. Alright, time to walk down carefully on this ridge. See you at the bottom. And here we are back towards the front of the settlement. Along here is a harakeke walk. It's all been planted along the border. And there's a lot of varieties of flax here, and local iwi and hapu people who do raranga come and they can harvest it and use it for their weaving. We got the sheep here. I don't see Tama, so this must be a different lot of sheep. So it was Tama at the back. Come through another fence. Move that back a bit. There. Still very frosty. show you the harakeke. And at the end of this will be the food forest. That's the end of the harakeke walk. And this is the side of the food forest. Of course, it's winter, it's solstice, it's quite barren. But there's generally plentiful fijoa. There are figs, grapes, and kiwi fruit vine. Lots of apple trees. A famous apple tree from this region is called Monty's Surprise, and it has some really strong cancer-fighting properties in its skin. Someone's having fun. Another gate. There. And that's the yellow bench. Some birdies. Lavender. And that's the main road just behind these trees with the dog park on the other side. There's a little mushroom. Hello, mushroom. So this is the food forest. There's another kiddo. Some more olive trees. This is for a future bonfire. Don't know if it's legal. Jimmy, you tell me. It's always somewhere nice to sit and reflect and enjoy nature around here. Plenty of benches. It's a nice little, again, I think it's octagonal shaped area. When the leaves are on those trees, it's like a little secret hideaway. Cyan likes playing on this jungle gym, pretending to be a monkey. As of right now, his feet can't touch the ground yet when he hangs from there, but give it a couple months and I think he won't. His feet will be on the ground. So plenty of apple trees in here. There's lots of kawakawa, and that's a huge fijoa. There's some tamarillo around as well. Pears, peaches. The only thing with fruit on it still, I think, is the avocado tree. Let's go have a look. Again, plenty of rosemary and lavender. Another massive fijoa tree, bush, monstrosity. That gives delicious fruit. So there's a grapefruit. This is macadamia. Macadamia nut tree. Let's see if any fallen. Lisa usually comes up here and most days with sign and picks whatever's fallen. And there's some avocados. Well, this noise that's going on is at House K. Someone's recently moved out of there. Family's recently moved out. Someone will be moving in soon. And this is the last row of houses that you haven't seen yet. The front row that's closest to the road. So the houses are all designed to have a little bit of privacy, but they all catch the sun with the placement of the windows. Looks like Bill's doing some water blasting there. Through that walkway is a forest walk along the front, which runs along the main street. And then we've got more houses here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a tree house. And I'll show you the front garden. This is the front forest walk. We had a walk through here one afternoon and so ruru. An owl just staring at us. Someone's noisy. Who's that? Tuies. See? Beautiful singers. Can you see it? Oh, look at its little white beard. Yeah. It's nice to hear the bird song. This is the back of that front row of houses. Another entrance. Access to the road, I mean. Not technically an entrance, but road access. The bush track. Neighbours on the busy streets. And then that front garden from the other day when I started to make a video and I got distracted and all sorts of things happened. So yes, more compost and green waste. And look at that, two kiddies sitting on the electric wire. Wow. Let's see if I can get a bit closer, get a good picture. Oh, aren't they neat? It's always nice to see them. Okay, I think that's about all I can be bothered showing you. Like I say, it's winter and a bit barren, and I don't like filming people without their permission, and you know, people live here, so I want to respect the privacy of their homes. But yeah, it's a lovely place, and I can see the benefits of intentional communities that have similar values and goals, and then try and do the work to make it a reality. And it's a constant challenge. It's not perfect, but I think it's a worthwhile endeavour. So yeah, that's House A, back where we started. There's my car, gotta go do some laundry. Go to the laundromat. So I'm gonna drive the car up and pick up the 3 loads of laundry from the house. Alright. Ka kite. See ya. Bye.